Good evening, everybody. We're going to finish up the guys we were working on last week. Just got to do some shoes and a wash in the chair for Butch. In the chat, I put a couple of links for Ted's channel around the layout. First up, we'll do. There's a QR code up in the corner for Around the Layout podcast. There's an operating crew for, I think it's $3 or $4 US, which gets you entered into draws. And of course, the giveaways, which right now is going on. There's been 3 already, and tomorrow is a locomotive, so you still have time to get in for that. Also gets you into the Tuesday operating crew chat, which is probably that's worth the $3 all on its own. And after me at 9, be Ted. Now there's a QR code up in the corner for him there. And he is the Weathering Master. And I think he's doing some sort of, I believe it was a gondola, and I'm pretty sure it was yellow. I saw the thing, but my memory is not so good. Hi, Noah, how's it going? Ted, welcome in. Your ears must have been ringing because I was talking about you there. And Eye Patch Ted is back on the bench hanging out with me now as well. And we will get started. I got a new brush to try out this week. I'm not sure what I think of it so far, but it's rubbery and it's some sort of purple color. So we'll see how that goes, because my other one was getting a little beat up. Oh, that's what it was. Yeah, you got to turn on the notifications because I like to change the times once in a while. So I have a feeling at 8 o'clock we'll probably have a bunch more people show up. I just wanted to go a bit early because we were finishing some from last week. And I don't want to run over into Ted's time because he starts at 9. So 8 o'clock gives me an hour. And I usually piss about for the first 10 or 15 minutes talking and stuff like that. Banners. Just as a reminder, we'll have that up there. And we will start with. So these 3 guys are from Yelton Models, which you can see he sent me a nice little sign right there. And I've been doing a bunch of stuff, so I moved my Yelton card, but here it is. So here's all his information. And the other 2 are from Bernard. And they are belt pack operators. So I was asked maybe last week or the week before in the operating crew about doing high vis, like a fluorescent colored for safety vests and stuff like that. So one of these guys has got one that's quite it's easy to see. Sorry, my brain isn't working too good. All right. Go back here. And we will switch to the lower shot. Here we go. Yeah. And we got to switch to my binoculars. if I need a quick little. Hopefully everyone's had a good weekend. We had a bunch of rain here today, which wasn't terribly nice. Some tornado warnings not too far away, which is unusual. Usually they're a little more north. It's not uncommon, but and of course the Jays pulled off a win against the White Sox, so not upset about that. It wasn't a high scoring game by any stretch. Oh, I gotta take these ones off. All right, now I can't read the chat too well, but I can see what I'm doing. Oh, what are we gonna do for shoes? Pray for the shoes. Didn't shake that one. There it goes. And I think we will give Mr. Tom some white shoes. No, Mr. Tom's getting black shoes. Black shoes. I think they might all get gray shoes, to be honest. None of them are going to be side by side, so that's fine. This one. I think we got a repaint race hat, too. I think the next giveaway for the operating crew is 8 o'clock tomorrow. That is for a Athearn locomotive. So at $3 a month, that one locomotive would cover several, if not all of your months. He's got his gray shoes. We'll stick him back on there. Mr. Tom will get his gray shoes. And then we just got to paint Mr. Eiler's chair and paint his shoes. And then we're on to the belt packers. Pardon me. All right, Mr. Eiler. I have to ask him or Dan what he was working on in this. So I do need to paint it. So we may paint that when doing some other stuff. It sort of looks like it could be boxcar, maybe. Chris, how's it going? Welcome in on a Saturday evening. You working on the switcher? And we'll grab some of this. Let's do that. I'll have to come back and mess with the chair a bit more, but this will get a base on it. May have to cut butch off the supports to get all that chair done. For all intents and purposes, this will be fine for today. Touch up his shoulder too. Chances are Mr. Eiler will be in a room of some sort, not really out in the open, like how we used him in the ITLA build. He was in the room with the layout. I'm not sure which episode that was, but it's there. Got a little bit more to do. And later on, we'll come back to him and add some different colors to make this chair look a little more woodish. Yeah, that's fine for what we need out of that color. Brad, welcome in. How's it going? All right, now I can mix up that, and it should be good by the time we reach the end of the other figures. I will just mix it in the far one so we don't use up a this is just water, flow aid, and a couple drops of black paint. And I will just mix that up for a second. And we'll just wash that over the whole figure. It should just settle down into the whatchamacallits, the low spots in the models or in the figures. Just if you guys see any comments that I'm not answering or anything, let me know. I did something a bit different. So tonight I put this on Twitch and YouTube. And I don't really know how the chat works. I don't have the same. Oh, wait. I wonder if I do have. Nope. Sure don't. I don't really have any chat settings in here. So hopefully it just automatically shows me all of them. Mr. Tom's first up for the wash. And of course, as this dries, it'll die out a bit. It'll lighten up. Doing the oil, I may hit his backpack with. No, I'm going to get a different color. I'll do that later. But one trick that I do is for large leather items. You can do it for shoes if you really want, but it's one of those things that's probably not going to be worth the effort. So, like this fella here, I did it. So on his coat, I can't tell if it's focused because of my glasses, but I did like the kind of leather color that I wanted, and then I did oil over top, but I wiped all the oil away, but it leaves a little bit of like shine to it, like a very kind of semi-glossy type of thing. Just gives it that leather kind of look to it. For the amount of rays that I have done, I should have just got some around the layout decals for his shirt. Because this is the second one of these. I have another one of these to do. And I have another rail fanning rated. That will be 3 of these and 4 of the other ones, I think. Getting up there. Ray has seemed to be the most popular of the figures. Ted's in there as well. I've done two more to do. That would be the engineer Ted from Yelton Models. I think he may be going into a Triclops at some point. Got a few of those I've been working on. So I've got the lid off one. I may stash a Ted in there. Actually, I've got a Bobby and JT as well, and there's 3 seats in those Triclops, so maybe all 3 of you will go in there. There we go. Now those guys can just kind of chill out in the background, enjoy the show with the rest of us. And we're on to the belt pack. So I've got the oil paint set out already. And this is our ABD or ABT 215 and 145. We're going to start with the 215. I gotta move my backlight a bit closer. Maybe not. It's stuck on that side. No, it's not. These are the Tamiya 1, 2, 3, 4 clippers. It's supposed to be on there. Oop, I just cut something in his pocket, I think. That's not supposed to be there, is it? Ain't gonna be in a second. Here you go. So this is sprayed with Tamiya XF15. When I get a bottle of it, I just top it off with the X20A thinner. And I don't know part to part mixture, but if you get a brand new bottle and you fill it up with thinner, it's a pretty good mixture and it sprays pretty well. Gives you a nice flat color. All right, done with those. Let's get some skin tone. Oh, that brush is hard. That ain't good. Oh, there goes the camera. It's not really. So we'll dunk this for a second and some thinners. This may have to go in the conditioner. Oh, there goes it freed up. Back it up. This fella first. Just going to basically cover his entire face. It's one of those moments where you just got to trust the process because it looks horrendous here for a second. He's got gloves on both hands. There we go. This fella, he's got gloves and a short sleeve shirt. Look at his arms. This guy will be a prime candidate for the lighter color since he's outside, which we use for like you know how the sun hits and causes that kind of light or sheen or whatever you want to call it. Just take my time doing this because the worst thing is if. Hold on, I gotta put them in the light. It's a good thing I did. I think his shirt's way up his arm. This is not the easiest thing if you miss a spot to go back and just touch it up. So you definitely take your time during this step. Right, so that's off. And the next part of this is kind of where it comes together. So this is just a stiff bristle, just mashed up brush. Like it is not in good shape and it doesn't really need to be for this. Sort of the shorter the stiffer the bristles, the better it's going to be. Because we just want to come in here and now kind of just swipe off the extra. And it'll sort of let that XF15 come through. Kind of stains it a little bit. But the idea is we want it to stay in, like the mouth to eyes, nose holes, ear holes, stuff like that. So it gives it sort of a nice look, I think. Yeah, it's just to see if you're paying attention. It's all right. I did the whole description and there wasn't an S in the single thing for the video. Hold on, let me fix this. Banners. Edit. And hey. Save. Show. Fix it. Well, it's been spelt wrong the whole time I've been using them because they save. I don't have to do them every time. See, even with one eye, Ted's got noticed it. Well, at least I spelt the link right. That would have been a little more detrimental. There we go. This boil looking. A little bit more off of him. Hey, looking sharp. So now, just do a quick stretch because my fingers just went numb. Carpal tunnel. There we go. Now this ABT 145, the light color. This guy gets none, this guy gets a bit. We're just ever so slightly, just see right on the top of his arm there. Is that in focus or not in focus? I can't tell. Yeah, we'll just hit just a bit on his arm there. And that's all we're going to do for that. Just where the sun would kind of hit him on the top, not in focus. Okay. How can we fix it? If I move closer, does it focus? Is that focused? Focus. You can see just on the top there we put it. There. Is this guy focused? Or only when I move him like wicked close? That doesn't look in focus to me. This is the trouble with the... Oh, right there. Okay, we found the sweet spot. All right. Where'd that brush go? Right there. I got the camera about maybe, I don't know, my arm's like almost resting on the bottom of it. Same thing, we'll just come in with this brush and kind of blend it out. There we go. All right, let's get to... Oh, you gotta wash the brush. Just leave that in there. He's out of focus again. Well, I can see it just constantly focusing. Oh, there it is. All right. There we go. So let's start with... I'm going to have to hit these with a shake, so I apologize. Going to focus? That's not going to focus. We're going to do a two-step for the vest. I'm going to start with the medium orange as like a base. Then we put the fluorescent orange over top because it's sort of a... gets a little bit see-through. Use this one. You know what? I may have to rearrange the goings on here. Sort of done with the oil, so the thinner for that can just make its way over there. Wash a water. Paint down. Just going to move this over here because that way I don't have to reach under the camera every time. I apologize if it's shaking. It's like right on my hands just so I can try and get sort of close with it. You could probably get away with just this medium orange. Safety vests don't generally stay very clean if you actually work in them. They will get jacked up pretty quick. It's tough to see parts of this. We're gonna adjust here. Need to get them up into the light. I can't tell where some of it goes. And of course, there's so many different types of safety vests. I don't know what one this guy was wearing. Like I've got ones that are just like a suspender style, and I can tell that much that he's not wearing that. But just try to get in there as much as we can. Sometimes is like as long as you find one edge of it, you can kind of work across. I think this guy's got a closed vest. Just make your way over and is it? Might be open. Looks like it's straight down there. Here. It's good for the minute. Denny, welcome in. Happy Saturday. I need a paper towel. And we'll give this fluorescent one Vortex treatment. Oh, that needs some more shaking. Usually I try to pre-shake everything I'm going to do so you guys don't have to listen to me fire up the mixer, but I was a little bit late getting down here. Here's the brush. So now we'll go in and do this fluorescent over that. Usually the safety vest is just stripes on it that are, they're reflective. I guess some of them would be just straight jack orange. Just depends how fluorescent you want it to be. You can go back over this a few times if you wanted to. We're going to hit him with some powder at the end of it anyway, so this could be all for naught at this point. All right, there it is. Out of focus, but luckily he's wearing high vis, so it's easy to see him. Is it? Is it? Come on. There it is. So let's get some pants painted on these fellas. No, you know what? I think that guy's wearing some sort of khaki pants. Now, you know what? Might be the color right there. Where is the mouse? Let's see if this other camera is working better. This top view. Is that too far away for you guys? Is the other one better or is this one? Because I think this one focuses a little bit better. This one's better. As long as you're still able to see what's happening, that's all I'm sort of concerned with. But if I can get this other camera out of my face, it'd make it a lot easier. Swing this guy over there out of the way for now. It's a lot easier for me to bring it up like this. As Ted can attest, it's not always easy getting the right camera position to holding position to do what you need to do. Just add it to this one. So this is the Andrea Blue, which is a model color from Vallejo, which is what I use for the first Gene color. Try out this purple dude. That's not a bad brush. The question with the brushes is how long do they last? And that will determine if you buy them a second time. That Vallejo one's probably painted 60 figures. Maybe in around there, plus a bunch of other stuff. This one's alright, but it's got like a bit of a rubber grip. So when I want to spin the brush in my hand, I can't really do it. It's got a nice edge to it. Sir. Pants are all set. 2. So let's do. Gotta get this gentleman's sweater. This one. Yeah, those are both number 2s, but this one's quite a bit smaller. We'll go back to Old Faithful here for this mission. Oh shit. Where'd he go? Well, we might be down the paint one here. Let's see where this ended up. Little bugger. Yep, still intact. So to send out the rescue crew. That guy's good with that. All right, let's get Buddy Boy a shirt color here. Let's do the pale blue. And that'll be this one. No, let's maybe we will do the really small. Oh no, I just pulled the end of my brush off. Grace Henry, welcome in. What's going on here? I might not be using this brush tonight. Oh, this is something. So the plastic cover that's there to protect the bristles is on so far that it pulled the whole brush part. So we'll use this brush. I'll have to glue that back together and then try and get the thing off later. gently try and just get in some of these little spots here. Always the tricky part is getting down in behind stuff on these little guys. My least favorite thing is when there's two people printed together. All right, he's got a nice looking sort of blue shirt. FRST, welcome. Let's do the controllers. I do time. So we've got 30 minutes before Ted is on. And for anybody that hasn't signed up for his channel yet, there's a QR code up in the top there. And if you scroll all the way up in the chat, there's a link in the beginning of the chat for his channel as well. All right, we'll get these guys controllers and maybe one set of boots. I feel like I'm supposed to paint these things yellow. I'm pretty sure these are supposed to be yellow now that I'm thinking about it. This guy's got a belt pack strap, but I can't find it. Had it, then I lost it. Sorry, this one I'm going to have to do off camera. No, I'm not even going to bother with it. It's not worth it. So I'm pretty sure that those controller boxes are supposed to be yellow. take some doing for me to change that other one from black to yellow, but let's try. Let's try and get the base of it sort of a yellow color. That's not terrible. It looks better all yellow. And it looks a bit better, I think. Let's get on to the, what do we got for hat colors? I feel like one of these guys would be wearing a black hat. I don't like doing black. You know these guys. I know what we can use. This is Star Blue, which is good for many teams, including, of course, the Toronto Blue Jays and the Chicago Cubs. Possibly even the Mets, even though Bobby isn't here. I always do try to get under the bill, just because I think they both wear blue hats. I ain't wrong about that. Maybe if we take this little, I don't know, I got some of that there. Let's make up a blue. A bit of that. This, let's see what color that makes. Some of that. This will be a one-time mixture. That's kind of a neat blue. Let's do that. This one dude's got hair. Deal with that. I'm not worried that this is sort of a bright blue because we're going to hit these guys with some powder at the end of this. Because if you're working on the railroad, you're getting greasy and dusty. Yeah, it looks like a hat. That doesn't really suit him, I don't think. Go with it for the minute. Get the leather brown out. I was. It's funny. Before I looked up, I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, I should make one of these guys a Cardinals fan. Oh, that was a lot. All right. Your line is close to St. Louis. Is that the geography? No, boots are done. Let's do a slightly different color. Ed, have you gone over the checklist for your stream? Make sure it's in landscape. Got your gloves. Switch the chat. Mics are charged and plugged in. I can't text Ted because my phone is currently the camera, so I try to do it on here. Because sometimes once you start a stream, there's no changing the stream once it starts. This is a better glove color. I did the trick. Yeah, beauty. You just hang tight there for a minute. He needs hair. Let's take some of this, some of this. Let's do this. A lot of times for the small stuff, I'll just pick a couple paints that are already out, mix them together, see what we get. So honestly, nobody cares what color this dude's hair is. It's just got to be colored. I will say either long hair or no hair is my preference when it comes to miniatures. Or like Butch and Ted, or sorry, Butch and Tom both have just hair, and they both have good heads of hair. Those aren't too bad. Montana and Northern, welcome in. Keep losing my mouse. So that's all done. Let me get you guys a work over with this. Wash. Nope, we're not done. Son of a. That's like a radio or something. I just dunked that dude right in that. He's got something over here. Let's see if we can get that off. And this one operator's really, he's been a. I'm going to have to throw this wine cork out. It seems to have lost its my ability to get a grip on it. All right, Ted, we'll see you shortly. Ted will be on at 9 o'clock. There's a QR code up for his channel, or if you just want to click a link just before we finish up here. If you just go straight up to the top of the chat, I put a link up at the top there for his channel. Sit still there for a minute. We got 13 minutes, so we should be able to get this should all dry up and everything before then. And we will hit them up with the final step. Oh, I got to do more on this guy's jeans too. Oh, no, we're done. Yeah, that's all right. I do it on everyone, so I'll just leave it as is. Which is usually I'll do like on Tom here. We did how close do I get? Focus on Tom. Have the jeans faded. That's usually what I'll do with them, but maybe this guy got some new work pants to go with his new work hat. So we'll leave them as is. And of course, don't forget, tomorrow at 8 will be the giveaway for the Athearn locomotive on Around the Layout. So if you sign up for your operating crew tonight and probably a little bit into tomorrow, but don't quote me on that. I don't make up the rules. You'll be entered into the draw for that. And they also have a newsletter, ATLP Extra. There's always tips and tricks and how-tos and what's going on and upcoming events, all the good stuff you need to keep track of. Gives it to you all in one place. It's clean. We just got to wait for these guys to dry. In the meantime, do my wipe up the dish. It's usually a 2-paper effort. Yeah. Come on, fellas, dry. It's not smoke. It is asphalt dirt. So the AK asphalt road dirt, a little bit of track rust. That's what I'll do on like rail working figures. It seems to give it a pretty good look. Last thing we want to do is try and put that on while these guys are wet. It's turned into a paste. So if you guys have any questions or requests for figures or animals to do, feel free to let me know now or comment later on the video. Get a link here. Bear with me for 1 sec. he's got that's a cool looking hopper Ted's got lined up for tonight. Waddell Cole. Looks like a bit of orange color. So there's a link coming up for Ted's channel. He will be starting in 5 minutes, so I will be shutting it down in about 3 minutes. I don't know that these guys are going to be drying tonight. Might get a bit on there on the pants, which is really kind of where I'm most concerned for it. Still like little dusting of it. Sort of concentrate to the, if they're sitting in the cab with their hands on their knees or whatever. And down the backs. Well, there you can see it added a little bit of little touch of something on there. Try and dirty up this dude's vest. He's still wet though, so it's making a mess, but it's fine. And there we go. Couple of remote yard switchers, or what do they call it? I don't remember the name. I'm drawing blanks today like crazy. But thank you all for hanging out on Saturday night. That'll be starting in the next 3 to 4 minutes. So I'm going to head over there. Switchback operators. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Hopefully those guys are in focus. And we will see you all next week. We'll probably trying to start around 7:30 again. And I'll try to get the stream set up a little bit earlier for next week. Have a good Saturday night and a good rest of the weekend, everybody.